Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hello, and it's a Sunday afternoon here in Bangalore. This time, I think this is my fifth video on YouTube, and for those, I think I'm new to YouTube in terms of creating content, but in terms of watching videos, I've been there for ages, almost 5 years, 6 years, consuming the internet information via YouTube, whether it is related to the health, whether it's related to money, finance, whether it's related to self-help. So here on my fifth video, I wanted to share my experience and knowledge about fasting. So I've been doing fasting for almost practicing every alternate weeks, maybe almost more than 3 years. I started fasting. I just stumbled upon the fasting benefits, especially in the lockdown time. And at that point in time, I was fairly healthy. I didn't had any goal loss benefits as such. The weight loss benefits as such. I was 70. Always my weight was always swinging between 72 to 75. Of course, there was a time when I was almost 84, and then due to exercising and gymming and a jog, I managed to reduce that to 73, 74. But still, I thought we can always improve something. For my age, when I was 40, now I am 44, but when I was around 40, I stumbled upon this concept of idea of fasting, and the reason being how to be more alert and productive. So I stumbled upon some of the YouTubers video which says talks about a concept called autophagy. So some of you who are health conscious out there, or who are watching this video because you wanted to lose weight, or you wanted to feel good about yourself, or you wanted to look good for your age, then I think in case if you have not tried fasting, that should be the goal. Anywhere between 16 hours to 40 hours of fasting. And if you have not started it, you can start with 16 hours and then gradually move on to the 40 hours window fasting. And that is what I can tell from my experience, because I have the maximum I've tried is 40 hours fasting. And this year I turned 45. And just yesterday I completed my 42-hour window fasting, and the longest I've done. My goal was 48 hours, but I had to travel, so I had to cut it down to 42 hours. So over a period of 3 years, I've learned few things by trial and error, and I wanted to share this experience to the YouTube community out there, because it's my duty. It's our gratitude. By gratitude, it's important to share the knowledge, because even I gained the knowledge, most of the things, by picking up some nuggets from different websites who are legit YouTubers who have health knowledge and also practicing them importantly. So and now, since I've learned things and some of the mistakes what I've committed during fasting, I don't want you guys to do it the same way. So here's the thing: if you're not yet planning, or if your goal is to lose weight, or you wanted to feel more productive, or you wanted to feel alert, or you're looking maybe more than your age, you're in case if you're 30 and you're looking late in your late 30s, or in case in 40 you're looking already in your 50s. And the solution for all this, I think what I've found from my experience, is definitely intermediate fasting to start with, and then move on to the moderate fast of 48 hours. And that is what maximum I've done, and that is what I can share from my experience. You know what is the most important thing, guys, in fasting? Can anybody tell me? You can put it in the comment section below, guys. What is the most important thing is fasting? Okay, so the most important thing is it's not fasting itself that is beneficial. Fasting, of course, beneficial, but the most of the people who make mistake is breaking the fast. They break the fast with the wrong foods. Okay, we all know what we can do to fast, but they break the fast. So I will in this video also explain you what is the best way to break the fast, and which has helped me also immensely. So for the people who have not done fast or never skipped a meal, or unless it is a situational basis because you're traveling, or maybe there was too much of workload, but consciously, if you have not done fasting, then based on the body type. We have to all know our body types. Based on the body types, you can start either by skipping dinner, or you can start skipping your breakfast. Okay, so ideally I would suggest, at least for way I know my body, I started skipping breakfast and directly start having lunch. So you can start with that, and you don't have to really conscious about uh, eating the right food, because if you just skip breakfast or dinner, then you're going into straight away into 16-hour window fast, because the previous day you might have had your lunch at 2 o'clock, and the next morning 8 o'clock you might have your you might have your breakfast. So you might go straight away into 16 hours window fast. So when you're breaking the fast, since your stomach is empty for a while now, and if you start loading yourself with carbs, then it triggers the insulin, which may not help the fasting benefits. Because ideally the importance of fasting benefits is understanding the concept of autophagy, right? Autophagy, they say it start triggering after 48 hours, but sorry, after 24 hours to 36 hours, slowly starts that way. But the important thing is not to load yourself with heavy carbs, things which are high on starch, but ideally start with taking some of the uh, protein related food like eggs, chicken breast, maybe broccoli, or maybe lean meat. Anything which is lean, you can start having that, especially when you're on intermittent fasting window. So this ideally doesn't trigger insulin as much as the insulin which gets triggered because of having a lot of carbohydrate diet like bread, maybe dosas or idlis, which has high on carbs, right? So start with the protein related shake, protein related content for your lunch. If you have skipped your breakfast, or if you have skipped your dinner, then for the breakfast you can have a mixture of a little bit of higher on the protein side and lesser on the carbohydrate side, maybe just a slice of bread and maybe 2 eggs. So you have to say, just find out what is good for your body. So this is, I think, you don't have to think really much about it. If your body goes into 16 hours window fast, it is beneficial to some extent to lose maybe few kgs here and there over a period of 3 to 4 months. But the important fasting window, I think the real benefits of fasting starts after almost 24 hours, guys. So if you're skipping your lunch today, and the next lunch if you're going only having after 24 hours, that means today if you have 2 o'clock, and then if you have your next lunch at next day 2 o'clock, then it's a complete 24 hours window where you have skipped your dinner, where you have skipped your breakfast, and then straightly you're going for lunch. So ideally, if you see you have skipped only 2 meals, let's say, which is not a big deal. People say that or people by historically that actually the body needs only 1 meal a day, that should be more than enough. But because of our habitual nature in the modern times, we are quite programmed to have 3 meals, that is breakfast, lunch, dinner. Otherwise, if you see historically, evolutionary, a human being went hunting and he ate whenever he got food on his plate, right? So whether it is and only when man woman started harvesting, or the human civilization start studying and understanding harvesting, sowing the seeds and start harvesting, is when slowly the commercial factor came in. So otherwise 1 meal a day is great for the body if you have the things in right proportion. So if you are going on a 24 hours window, then ideally to reap the best benefits of fasting, it's best to break it with the soup. Okay, and this goal good for 24 hours window and beyond. It's best to break with the soup, and just before, half an hour before, you can have a teaspoon of pure ghee. I think in India we pretty much know what are the benefits of ghee, but ghee definitely helps your body to trim down a bit, and it's also good for your skin. So, and ghee doesn't spike the insulin, or it doesn't have a high glycemic index as such. So ghee is just good for your body. And have a half spoon of ghee. You can search in the internet what are the benefits of ghee. So after having ghee, maybe after 15 minutes or half an hour, then you can have your soup. Now I don't know about people out there, but most of the recommendations what I've seen the videos is having making a bone broth. Okay, and I make a bone broth to break my fast, especially of mutton soup bones. And the mutton bones are the ones which are related to which are of the in Hindi they call it as nalli. Here in India it's a nalli soup. So the leg part of it, of the goat, which has the bone marrow. So I get those, just handful of quantity, 3 or 4 leg pieces, uh, and once I put this leg pieces in the pressure cooker, I just boil this for about I mean in the pressure cooker. There's actually, you have to have only a pinch of salt, not beyond, maybe more than a pinch of salt. You don't need to add too much salt in there, just a pinch of salt, table salt. And then you add a pinch of turmeric, and then 3 or 4 pepper, and just one single clove of garlic, and cinnamon. If you see, cinnamon is good to control the sugars. It's considered a good for the body, for the controlling the sugar. So you can add a cinnamon stick, and then you can put coriander seeds, just a few of them, maybe 5 or 6 of them. Okay, and that's all is needed, guys. Don't make it like a regular soup, because it should not spike, it should not be spicy, it should be bland, very tasteless. Just for adding few of these items, just to balance of the few things in the soup, because of the fat content, right? So add these contents and keep this cooker with mutton bones for almost 15 minutes, 15 20 minutes without the whistle. That means it on a slow flame. It let the bones cook for 15-20 minutes, or maybe half an hour. After that, you can put the cooker whistle and take it for another 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, until you get 8 or 9 cooker whistles. So that means almost 1.5 hour of cooking time of these bones. Once that is done, you take these bones, and then put the soup in your soup bowl, and just have this when you break the fast. So this is helpful whether you're breaking a 24 hours fast, or a 36 hours fast, or or a 48 hours fast. The maximum I've gone is 48 hours. This soup helps immensely, because while having the soup, or after having the soup, you'll not feel any kind of dizzy feeling, or feeling unstable, because just you can sometimes might be seen when you're heavy hungry, and if you have too much of a carb, sometimes you may feel dizzy. I don't know, maybe I felt sometimes because of your insulin spikes up so high, or maybe after having that you might get a crash, because you got the insulin spike and then it can come in crash. But when you're having this bland soup, which is having very less spices in there and less salt, little bit of sodium content, you will not feel that. So this is how I break my fast. And after having soup for a half an hour of having soup, another 1 hour later, maybe 1 to 2 hours later, then I have my regular meal, which ideally consists of 2 eggs and one slice of bread. This bread, actually, I just heat it on both sides, and make it slightly brownish, so that they have read it in the internet that if you heat the bread on both sides, make it slightly brownish, it reduces the glycemic index. So that is the reason. And you can half fry the eggs, 2 eggs what you had, maybe sprinkle a little bit of veggies, maybe green veggies. I just sprinkle palak, and that's it, guys. You have your eggs, and the one with single slice of loaf, that gives you a little bit of carbs. We need energy, right? So that's it. That's how I break my fast. And later on, back to your usual window of eating, whether your dinner or whether your breakfast, depends on what time you break the fast. But can add slowly. Don't just hog in that you're now fasted for 24 hours. Now I'll counter it as a counter measure for that. I will just hog off and everything. No, don't do that, because body is coming out of a break from all the things, and it is getting ready again to take in food, preparing its system, whether it's metabolic system or intestinal tract, to take digestion, secrete the juices to digest it. So take it at a time, slowly increase the feeding window, maybe for the next 24 to 48 hours, and then you are back to your regular meals. So this is what I've been doing for the last 3 years, guys. And believe me, the best feeling I had in the over the years. Now I'm 44, turning 45 this year, and the best feeling I had was I never ever felt this good, even when I was in 25 or 35. The benefits of fasting. Just when you cross that 35, 36 hours window, and when you're going to sleep in the night, you just need 3 to 4 hours of sleep that day. Your body is so energetic, you feel extremely alert, and you don't feel like stopping. Sometimes you don't feel like breaking the fast because you're so addicted to this kind of a clarity, and there's tremendous mental clarity and there's tremendous energy within the body. You just feel like sometimes you feel stingy that no, even if it is, even I felt it yesterday because I was almost past 42 hours of fasting. Today morning I just woke up at 4 o'clock, just like that, no alarm. 4 o'clock in the morning I finished my task. I have a list of tasks which I've done, finished it, and here I am in the noon, just recording this video. This is the fourth video. I have a gap of almost 3 weeks to a month after each video. My goal this year is to upload one video at least every week and practice and fine tune and come out of my perfectionist mentality that until everything is perfect, I will only share my knowledge to the world. No, I think there are so many things I wanted to share, and as I improve on my tone and delivery of speech, and improve on my quality of videos, improve on my editing skills, and I think it's a process. I think we all are bitten. Most of us are bitten. I don't say all, but most of them are have this imposter syndrome. We don't want to put ourselves outside to the world and show our thinking that we are vulnerable and what people might think. What if this video has been seen by my neighbor or our relatives? Hey, look at this guy here. So yeah, and I've been speaking today continuously. For those who are seeing my video for the first time, I'm Charles D'Souza. I work full-time as a software architect in the IT Silicon Valley of India, and I'm extremely disciplined about my health habits for the last 4 or 5 years, and I learned amazing things through my experience, and also reading a lot of content online and also to the YouTube videos. And I want to give this back to the community who are quite serious about their health and want to improve from where they are, and whether it is in terms of improving their health, the shape of their physique, or getting more focus and clarity. So if you're in these three domains of improving yourself, then consider subscribing to my video. No matter how, I don't know how much of this video made sense to you or not, but I will certainly put the videos out there, and I'm sure at least even if 5 people benefited from this, any part of India or any part of the world, I'll be feel good about myself that it helps somebody out there. So that's it for today, guys, and back to you soon. Maybe the next week I'll come with another, not maybe, next week I'll be out there with another video, guys. Cheers.